I am Anel Karaj from Venus International, and I'm interviewing Kenny J today about underrated artists in Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Kenny. My artist name is Kenzie J. I've been a producer for 6 years and I've been a DJ for 7 years now. The benefits of being an underrated artist has its pros and cons. The benefits of being an underrated artist is that you can release whatever you want. You can make any style of music you want. Like, it doesn't matter. People don't really care because you're not really famous, so there's no expectations, and it's just very easy to release. But the disadvantages of being an underrated artist is that you have less fame and less money, and basically it's very difficult to get up there since you're still a nobody and not everyone knows your music, especially if you're underground. So yeah, there are positives and negatives to both sides of being an underrated artist.
So, Kenny, can you explain how and why you wanted to be a DJ and how it started?
Um, I started because of my dad. He started DJing and he went to DJ classes and he thought like it was quite interesting. And he said like I should join him for the classes as well because he said I didn't really have any hobbies or I didn't really do anything much at home. So he brought me to his DJ school and I also learned DJing at the same time. But at first I wasn't into DJing because it was too loud and I wasn't into the dance music yet. I was still into hip hop back then. But after learning a while, I started liking it because of deep house, tech house, basically the slower house genre. It kind of made me want to learn more into the mixing world. And then a couple months later, I came to know about Calvin Harris. I came to know about David Guetta. I came to know about Afrojack. I came to know about these mainstream artists back then, but they weren't very famous. I think Avicii started it. Then yeah, all these artists came up. Then I started liking DJing and I took it more seriously, and I took a lot of interest in DJing. After that, I decided that I wanted to learn producing because I wanted to be as big as them and probably try to get into more deeper meaning of music. Then I started liking EDM because of progressive house, because a lot of artists started making big room house and other genres like electro houses as well, like Hardwell, Swedish House Mafia. Then I got into them and I started learning how to producing music like them. It didn't start out really good because I didn't really have a good teacher back then. But I started watching YouTube. I practiced, didn't really make good music. My songs got rejected to many record labels over and over again for 2 to 3 years. Kept releasing myself. I kept releasing the music myself. And yeah, I tried my best to put my music out there. And I'm still learning till this very day. It's been 6 years now. I'm still learning. It's been a huge change, but it's good. I went through all that. And for my DJ careers, I started out quite good. I went to so many DJ competitions. I've won from first place to second place to third place since I was 16, and then it just kept going. And then I got a lot of gigs from my friends, from their birthday parties, for their like parents' anniversaries or sweet 17s. Like, it was a lot of gigs back then when I was 17 and 18 years old. Then after I graduated, I got a lot of gigs for clubs. I started playing in bigger clubs in Indonesia. I got more recognition. I got to play in X2. I got to play in Prive, Empirica, Blowfish. But yeah, that was back then when I was like around 18 in my high school days. Then I kind of like decided to stop DJing for a while, and I wanted to focus on college. And that's when the underrated started to stop. When the time I had the chance to be a bigger DJ, I didn't took it because I stopped DJing for a while, and I focused on college when I wanted to get back on my feet to DJ live more in Indonesia. I didn't have the chance. A lot of managers rejected me because of my age, and they thought that it wasn't appropriate for my age. So then I just decided to stop DJing for a while. It's made me start focusing on music, and yeah, now here I am being a music producer.
Okay, so with your producing roots being EDM based, how did you start working with hip hop artists now?
I started working on hip hop artists because a lot of music producers went into trap, to future bass, which at first I didn't really like it, but then I grew to love it. Artists like Skrillex kind of inspired me, Diplo, Yellow Claw. These artists kind of like made me like hip hop back. Like I stopped listening to hip hop for 2 to 3 years when I met EDM. Then I started liking them back again. I started listening back to Drake, Eminem, well, you name it, the big artists. But yeah, I started up because all of the big room electro house, progressive house artists started doing more commercial music. They started doing more radio music, and then ever since the Chainsmokers blew up and Marshmello blew up, I decided like, maybe I should change my style. Then from progressive house producer, I changed to a more commercial and radio friendly music, and then I decided like maybe I should start a little bit of hip hop here and there, and then and then when I went to Australia, I started experimenting on a lot of hip hop music, and I learned a lot of hip hop music theories and elements and bass. I learned a lot from online, and yeah, I met a lot of friends online as well. Learned a lot from SoundCloud, learned a lot from Spotify, learning so many new style of music.
So with the underrated artists being so underappreciated, what do you think will be a progress for them?
Keep making music, man. Keep making music. Don't ever give up. If you do give up one day, try to think like, maybe it's not the chance, but you can always go back to it whenever you can. I've always had that point where I decided to give up in music because it's wasting a lot of time, it's wasting a lot of energy, I'm not getting any money, no recognition. Even though I still love making it, I just felt like it was a huge down point for me, and it took a toll on me. But as I kept on going, as I kept on making music, it'll come by slowly. I'm getting a little bit of recognition, no money yet, but still I'm having fun in the process of doing this. And yeah, it takes time, because there's a lot of artists these days, producers who are way better than me, who have no recognition and all, who are so underrated, and they have no fame at all, but they have the best talents you can ever see. And I've seen a lot of female DJs these days. I don't want to criticize them, but they're not producers. They're just very good looking, very pretty, and they get more management. A lot of agents are looking for them. They don't really have the particular skills, I can say, just the usual mixing. They don't really have a music. They don't have their own music, and they're not producers, and they're getting more attention than we are. That's kind of like right now the situation. And like, yeah, I'm fine with female DJs playing all over the world and all over Indonesia. It's fine, but try to get the underrated producers more attention, try to seek their music more, because they have the talent, they just need the fame, and they can get there.
Will you try to bring your music somewhere else, especially when you're talking about Indonesia being biased with female DJs over their looks and everything? Would you like try your music somewhere else, like move somewhere?
Well, actually, I wouldn't just try it. I've already done it. I recently, I was in an Indonesian label, 2 to 3 different Indonesian labels, and I barely got any recognition at all. It's just getting supports from local artists and my friends. Like it didn't get a lot of attention the way I needed. So I decided to keep searching for other labels and that's more radio friendly. I decided to change my style to more commercial, more vocal, to get into a bigger market, get into bigger range, good marketing as well. So yeah, I kept looking and I found one. I'm in this label, it's called Loud Memory Records. I have a 4 contract label with them right now. It's a label in Netherlands, and yeah, it's going great. I can't really get help from Indonesian labels because I'm still stuck there, and it's quite difficult to get up there. No matter how good you produce or how good your skill is, it's either money or it's probably how famous they are or whoever they are. It's just quite difficult. Like, I don't think your music really means a lot in here. It just depends, and it depends on connections as well. If you have the right connections, you can do it, but there are so many underrated producers out there who have no connections at all and who have no help at all. I wish they could have those gigs, those supports from local artists and from local people as well. So that's why I just decided, maybe it's time I move to a foreign label. But it did really well. Foreign labels actually helped me increase my my viewers. It increased listeners to my music. It's grabbing a lot of attention right now since outside. I'm not saying that Indonesian label can't do marketing. I'm just saying that they need to improve it, because outside label can actually help you do all that. Maybe because they know more into music marketing, and they have good analytics as well and a good team. So yeah, I think Indonesian artists, underrated artists, should probably try to step down from local labels, try to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your bubble, and try to send your music outside. Maybe you have other chances. An example is Angger Dimas. He started with an Australian label. He didn't start out with an Indonesian label, which kind of grabbed a lot of attention. That's how he got into Demak, Steve Aoki's label. That's why he kind of stepped out and he did a different kind of genre. He did something unique that not other producers are doing, like into house and all. He was doing like these jungle sounds and these percussion sounds. Like it was really weird for local people, but then it got into the foreign markets, and he made it because of that, because he got into a good label, he got into good music. So he made it. If Indonesian producers feel they're underrated and their music's good enough for outside, and Indonesian labels can help you, but you're still like a nobody and you're still there and you're still down there, I mean, try sending your music outside. Maybe it'll help you, it'll change your life, it'll change your music career.
So, Kenzie J, good luck with your music. I hope you overcome all the possibilities of becoming a big artist. So that's it.